Are your e-commerce emails not driving any sales? You're not alone. There's lots of other e-commerce brands out there that are struggling with the same thing. So in today's video, I want to talk about 10 email types, email samples that you can use in your business to start printing some money. Hi, my name is Peyton. I've helped over 100 e-commerce brands unlock the power of email marketing for their e-commerce business. So to say I know a thing or two on what emails actually work and drive sales is a bit of an understatement. I've seen it all. So let's go ahead and jump into the 10 email types that you can send out to help drive sales. Okay, the first one is simple. I just have to get it out of the way, right? This is the promotional email. Now, realistically, depending on your brand, you may not run promo emails, but in a lot of ways, when it comes to getting someone over that final hump, someone actually moving forward and purchasing with your brand, a promotional email is gonna do it. So feel free to adjust this with how it can work best for your brand. But if you're just starting out, you're like, hey, okay, I need to drive some sales. Let's try a promo message. Start with something simple. A nice % off is a great offer to lead with. Don't try to get too complicated with it. You don't need gift with purchase. You don't need a buy 200, save X. You just start with a nice 20% off. And with this promo message, you want to make sure that it's designed so that the sale is front and center. A lot of brands, when they build their emails, will sometimes kind of, I don't know why, like bury the sale in the message. Look, no, we want people to know right away what this email is about, and it's about this sale, and I'm gonna need you to get in and buy. So make sure your promo, your offer is front and center. It's what I call above the fold. So that way when they open their inbox, they can see the sale, it's clear as day, and they can click through right away. Now, when and how often should you do this? I think the sweet spot is like running a promo every 6 weeks is a great way not to train your audience to expect it too often, but also there's a nice long enough gap that it's not going too long without a promo as well. The next email type I have is what I like to call the scientist message. So really, this can apply to any type of brand. But for example, let's talk about supplement brands. There's a lot of knowledge, science, ingredients. There's things that need to be communicated to your audience in a clear, concise, and non-overwhelming way. So this is a great email you can get out, honestly, monthly, bi-weekly. Take one of your best-selling products and start talking about how it's formulated. If you're in apparel and clothing, okay, let's talk about how the type of materials that it's made with, or maybe the actual manufacturing process. We're getting nitty-gritty here. We're kind of showing them, like, when it comes to other brands, like, this is what sets us apart. Here's actually how things are formulated, how things are made. So I call this one like the scientist email, because we're kind of putting on our scientist hat and really showcasing to them what is in our products. The one mistake you don't want to make with this email, though, is to be overwhelming. You do not need to tell them about every single detail, how everything's crafted, that it contains X, Y, and Z. We want to make it digestible, easy to understand. So that way, if someone opens this and they're scanning it, for example, maybe you're a sleep supplement, they want to see exactly why this is going to help me get better sleep. So breaking out maybe 3 modules in your email, and that talks about ingredient 1 and 2 and 3 and what's so great about it, that is how in-depth it should be. You don't want to go paragraph after paragraph after paragraph of info, because nobody's going to click that. But the reason why this email drives sales is because you have these different buckets of audiences, right? People who are just learning about your product, people who maybe know it, but for some reason haven't moved forward. And this could be that one nugget of information for them to say, okay, look, I see now, it's tried, it's tested, I see a bit more behind the scenes of it, I'm ready to buy. Speaking of behind the scenes, that would be my next email. So a behind the scenes email is a great way to humanize your brand. So a great example of this, if you're a makeup brand, right, and you have your founder or somebody on your team who's trying out a new product and they're showing you in the email, you know, swatching it and trying it on themselves, or watching it actually get delivered and starting the packaging process, we're basically giving our subscriber audience a glimpse behind the curtain. Like I said, it's very humanizing. You actually can kind of see, oh wait, these are people who care and who are packing my order, and it just brings this extra element that maybe could be missing with your brand, where it doesn't feel so stale and like a brand is talking to me. I can actually see human faces and how they are connected to the ethos of my brand. Another cute way you can do this is if you're really big in your Instagram, your TikTok socials, take out some of those videos, turn them into GIFs, put them into your email. So you're showing some movement there, you're showing more of the more lifestyle videos that you're posting on social, but getting them into your emails. So it's also a great way to cross show what you're posting on social and utilize that content for email. The next one that I have is the customer story email. Now, this is fabulous because you don't have to do the talking, your customers are. So this is for my more established brands, but if you have great testimonials, customer reviews, or even you have an influencer that you've worked with and they have a great use case story review that you can utilize, pull that into an email. And what's great about a customer story email is that you could even just pinpoint one customer story. So let's go back to that supplement brand. They have a sleep product and they have this fantastic customer story, this review that talks about how it was a mom postpartum, couldn't get any sleep, and finally, I was able to get into REM cycle sleep. It just has that storytelling element so that when me, the subscriber, is reading that, I'm like, hey, okay, like I get this extra visual, this lens into an experience with a product I haven't tried yet, but from the eyes of someone who has. And it feels different coming from a customer than the brand itself. Sure, you could say, hey, I'm a brand, this is my product, and it's gonna do this for you. But when you hear it from somebody else, somebody who's tried the product, it has a different effect. I love sending out customer story emails. Honestly, this is like a once a week send if you're doing a higher volume of sending. Rotating through your best-selling products, through great customer reviews. Like I said, if you got influencers, use that UGC. This is just one that should be a staple for your business and gets people to take action. Now, this next one that I have is a bit of a kind of like a sleeper agent email. And this kind of is a funny one because when you see it with other brands, it really clicks with you. And that's gonna be the text-based email. So maybe you've seen my other videos, but I am a design girly, right? I love my aesthetic e-commerce emails, but let me not throw any hate to the text-based, plain text, hey, it's me, type into you, type email, because that can get people to take action. So what I love to do with this one is, let's say you're running your promotion and you have, 24 hours left before the sale ends, do this text-based email and say, hey, Peyton, I want to make sure you didn't miss out. We rarely run promotions like this, so if you've been waiting, this is your chance. Get 30% off of X and come shop now. You'd be surprised that email probably will have some of your highest click-through rate. There's no fluff to it. It's really simple. It has a very high likelihood of making sure it lands in everybody's inbox. And it works. It gets people to finally click through and shop, and it's just so simple. It's so simple. I highly recommend using this one. Then the next template I have is going to be your points reminder email. So this is gonna be for my brands that have a loyalty program. Maybe you're using Yotpo, Loyalty Lion, any of those, right? Where people purchase and they get points for their order. This is a great email to get out at least monthly. And you're telling people basically, hey, you have free money waiting to be spent. Come back, spend that money, here's your points, here's how many you have, and here's what they equal out to, right? We're really telling them, like, come and spend your free money. And it's great for you as the brand because you have people coming back on site, ordering more, usually ordering more than their point value, so you're getting something back on that, but you're getting return customers. LTV is increased with these emails, which is sometimes the biggest hurdle to get over. How do I get someone to their third, fourth, and fifth order? A points reminder email can do that. And hey, this can go back to the text-based template. It doesn't need to be overly complicated. Hey, send out a text-based email. Say, hey, you have 500 points waiting, and hey, did you know 500 points equals $50? Just detail it like that, clear call to action, and you will be surprised how much money this brings in. This next one I have is the Restock email. Now, to say that you actually have to have a product come back in stock is kind of the gray area here. So I know it's a bit kind of funky, you don't want to have, misleading marketing here. But let's say you're sending out an email on your bestseller and it has been selling out. You're actually close to having your inventory gone for it, and you have more stock come in. Technically, it didn't fully sell out, but this email that you can send is saying, hey, we just restocked. We just got new product in of our best-selling product. If you were waiting, now's the time because we just got it in before we almost sold out. So this restock message is great, especially if you actually have a product go and then come back. With Klaviyo, you can do almost some automated messaging around that back in stock alert. But if you don't have that, just send out that message. You could even segment it, send it to people who browsed it, added it to cart recently, people who showed interest, and you could do it hyper targeted to them. Hey, our sleep product just got restocked. Here's a little tidbit about how it's 5-star rated. This email doesn't need to be too complicated, but we're really showing them this is a popular product. You were interested in it, and if you are still interested in it, you should buy it now because as you can see, it goes quickly. All right, my last 3 templates are some of my favorites. So number 8 is gonna be your problem and solution. So this one goes back to addressing the hurdles of your subscriber list. Everyone has hurdles. Everyone has a reason why they haven't bought from you. And that's where this email comes in. You want to put yourself in your subscriber's shoes. Not every subscriber is going to be the same, but a lot of them might have similar hesitancies with moving forward with your brand. So this is where the problem and solution email addresses that. For a hair care brand, maybe you want to address that this product, our best-selling product, is good for people with curly hair and straight hair. So maybe that's a concern they have. I don't know if this is gonna work for me, my hair type. Will it? And that's what this email can talk about. We can talk about the product, what it does, and then also let's address a concern, address a problem. Here's the solution. The product works for it. So this template is really great if you're just looking to educate your list. It really addresses those hurdles, those pain points, and says, if you've been thinking this, here's how this is gonna help. Another nurture email I love is a step-by-step email. So a step-by-step email is tutorial, a recipe. It's basically breaking down how you could use the product, how the product could be applied in your daily life, how you could use the product in other ways. We're basically breaking down, hey, step 1, 2, 3, and 4 gives you this result. So in the example of a coffee brand, you could say, hey, here's how you use our best-selling coffee blend to make the ultimate Americano. So you're educating, you're really kind of showcasing the product in a new light, maybe somebody hadn't really considered before, and you're providing actual value. They're like, oh yeah, that's how I would make that. That's fantastic. That's so great. Okay, that's like my favorite drink. It works out great. So having a step-by-step, a recipe, do a 1, a 2, a 3, and then you get this, works so well. And what's great about this is that you could turn that content into a blog post. So if someone clicks, they could go to almost what you would call like a pre-sale article, a blog post that talks about it more and then shows you exactly what products are perfect for this step-by-step process. It's a way to educate while being fun in the inbox. It's not just boring of like, here's my product, buy it. It's like, here's how you can actually enjoy the product, how you can visualize it at home with you through this step-by-step, this recipe, this how-to guide. All right, my last one, and now this one, my favorite. This is going to be the VIP experience email. So if you have a new product that's going to be launching soon or a sale that's starting next week, I need you to send out a VIP experience email. So what this email is basically saying, hey, do you want to be first in line for this new product? Do you want to have first dibs on the sale? If so, go here, put your name on the list or sign up for SMS and you'll be the first to know. And you may be thinking, okay, why am I telling them to sign up for emails? They're already signed up. There's a reason for this. We are getting into their noodle with this email. We're saying, hey, here's this thing that you might be interested in. If you raise your hand, they're now aware. Here's what we're doing with this email though. We're getting into their noodle, right? We're letting them know that something is coming and they're actually raising their hand. They're telling your brand, I plan to buy. I actually put my email in. I signed up for SMS. I'm letting you know that you should be emailing me multiple times when this product launches to make sure I take action. So this particular email sets your actual emails, your promotion email, your launch email up for success. You have this hyper curated audience ready to buy. And also it makes them feel special if you're able to say to this group, you're my best customers and I want to give you the VIP treatment, early access, sneak peeks, even like bonuses like, hey, for my VIPs, the first 500 orders get X and you guys get first dibs. Like there's just ways to make your subscriber list want to pay attention to their inbox. And then that definitely equals into more sales. So those 10 email types are great, fantastic, but also not enough to really bring in a full ecom experience for your email marketing. So if you're struggling to actually connect the dots, get these things built, I know I talked about this list. It's like, okay, well, how do I even begin to build that? That's where me and my team can come in. The strategy, the design, the copy, the implementation, we can handle that all for you. So if you're interested and you're like, look, I need help, there's a link down below. You can book a call with me and we can talk about how we can help your brand. And after that, if you're in the beginning stages of your ecom brand and you're struggling to figure out what email platform is right for your brand, I made a video for that. I break down some of my top picks, why they're good, why they're bad, why one's better than the other. So dive into that if you're struggling to figure out even where to start your email journey. I hope those 10 emails were super helpful on getting those ideas going about how to get more sales out of your email marketing. And I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Bye.